As more coronavirus cases are discovered in the U.S., the death toll is rising as well. 6 people have died so far, all of them in Washington state, and there are now at least 102 cases across 15 different states, including new ones in New Hampshire and Georgia. One infected man passed through Atlanta's airport on his way back from Italy. Health officials are especially concerned today about a cluster of infections at a nursing home in Kirkland. That's a suburb of Seattle, and it's where we find Jonathan Vigliotti. Jonathan, good morning. What are you hearing about conditions there in the nursing home?
And good morning to you, Tony. First, I just want to point out, you see an ambulance leaving here. They arrived here a short while ago, taking one patient to the hospital for testing. Listen, we've been speaking with family members who have loved ones inside who are in isolation, many of them showing all of the symptoms and yet not being taken to the hospital for testing. State health officials say they simply do not have all of the options available to them right now as their resources are stretched, and they say they have to wait until cases like this one we just saw turn critical.
The coronavirus outbreak at a Washington state nursing home is pushing officials to intensify their response to contain the disease.
We expect the number of cases will continue to increase in the coming days and weeks.
Here in King County, officials are planning to buy a motel and set up modular units to house coronavirus patients requiring isolation. They are most concerned about the elderly, like those at the LifeCare Center nursing home.
I'm anxious, very anxious.
Carmen Gray's mother, Susan Haley, is under quarantine at the facility.
You asked for your mother to be tested for coronavirus. What did they tell you?
That she did not meet the criteria at this time. They're being held hostage in a petri dish.
In San Antonio, Texas, the mayor is declaring a public health emergency after a woman who tested positive for coronavirus was initially cleared and then visited this mall before all of her results came back.
As mayor of this city, I find it totally unacceptable that CDC would release a patient prior to receiving all test results and potentially expose the public to this harm.
The city also filed a temporary restraining order against the government to keep more than 120 passengers from the Diamond Princess cruise ship quarantined longer than the 2 weeks required. More than 700 people on board were infected with the virus. Monday, President Trump met with executives of 10 pharmaceutical companies to discuss developing a vaccine, which officials say is at least a year away.
We're also moving with maximum speed to develop therapies so that we can help people recover as quickly as possible.
And President Trump says he hopes to have up to 1 million people tested by the end of this week. Anthony?
Jonathan, thank you.